This chart shows the World Bank's April 2026 economic forecast. While global trend lines flatten under geopolitical pressure, India's projected growth separates from the pack, accelerating towards 6.6%. GDP is often treated as the ultimate scoreboard for national success, yet tracking a single economic metric in a vacuum ignores the underlying architecture of stability. Rapid growth in a country lacking physical security or social cohesion remains precarious. Real national resilience relies on comprehensive statecraft, a framework built on three simultaneous pillars: hard power, future power, and soft power. To see how this architecture is constructed, we can look past years of policy and analyze the national updates from a single day, April 12, 2026. The first pillar is hard power. National stability requires an active, secure perimeter maintained through military deterrence and proactive diplomacy. On this day, India formally inducted the INS Aridhaman. This 7,000-ton ballistic missile submarine joins the Arihant and Arigat to complete India's nuclear triad, cementing the capability to launch strategic deterrence from land, air, and sea. Strategic positioning is as vital as hardware. In the Indian Ocean, the dispute over the Chagos Archipelago remains a central focus for maritime security. Sitting 500 kilometers south of the Maldives, control over this 58-island chain dictates the balance of power across the entire region. While securing its own region, India projects stability globally. As the lead troop contributor to the UN mission in South Sudan, 1,779 Indian personnel spent the season reopening critical supply routes severed by severe floods. Secure waterways allow international commerce to scale. On the same day, Mundra Port's roll-on roll-off terminal loaded a record 6,008 export vehicles onto a single vessel bound for markets in Africa, Europe, and Latin America. Internally, the Reserve Bank of India proposed electronic checks to accelerate the velocity of capital, combining the legal reliability of paper instruments with the speed of digital transfers. Hard power integrates armaments with economic logistics. The synergy of secure borders, open sea lanes, and frictionless domestic trade forms the bedrock for every other national ambition. The second pillar is future power. A nation secures its next 50 years by owning its technological advancement, while protecting the natural resources required to sustain it. In Kalpakkam, the 500-megawatt prototype fast breeder reactor achieved its first criticality, meaning it successfully initiated a sustained, controlled nuclear fission chain reaction. This initiates the second stage of India's nuclear program. Instead of burning fuel once, a closed fuel cycle extracts and reuses fissile material, allowing reactors to process India's vast thorium reserves. Generating more material than it consumes provides a path toward long-term energy independence. As NASA's Artemis II crew safely returned from lunar orbit, ISRO reaffirmed its own trajectory, prioritizing the uncrewed Gaganyaan G1 mission to validate orbital aerodynamics and crew module recovery. Technological growth demands an ecological floor. In the Himalayan belt, oak forests serve a vital hydrological function, with root systems plunging deep into the mountain soil. These roots act as a natural filtration system, recharging underground aquifers that provide water security to the region. On the coast, Odisha protected the Aribida at the Gaganyaan Marine Sanctuary, a mass nesting event where thousands of olive ridley sea turtles converge on the beaches. Technological ambition is entirely worthless if a nation destroys the ecological foundation required to sustain its population. The final pillar is soft power and social fabric. Economic and technological games mean nothing if the population is structurally or culturally left behind. Census 2027 modernizes governance by introducing a 15-day digital self-enumeration window. The count also updated its social definitions, recognizing live-in couples in stable unions as married for the first time. To expand constitutional awareness, the Ministry of Law released the Constitution of India in the Sindhi language, making the document available in both Devanagari and Persian scripts. The state codified its appreciation for human capital at Rashtrapati Bhavan, conferring 131 Padma Awards for distinguished service, including 19 women. This recognition spanned classical and modern intellect, with the 58th Gyan Pith Award honoring the lyricist Gulzar, and the inaugural Vigyan Ratna elevating scientific heroes like biochemist Professor G. Padmanabhan. physical resilience remains a core priority. In North Sikkim, the Army's Trishakti Corps executed Operation Him Setu, carving through snow and landslides to rescue stranded citizens. That commitment to physical development continues through grassroots sports, from the Athletics Series 4 in Ranchi to the national women's team competing in the Billie Jean King Cup. A nation's ultimate, unshakable strength lies in its capacity to include, honor, and physically develop its own citizens. Zooming out, the updates from April 12th function as the synchronized gears of a massive nation-building machine. Modern superpower status is defined by the ability to launch precursor space missions, while simultaneously translating legal rights into regional languages. It is the capacity to lead international peacekeeping missions abroad, while executing complex rescue operations in your own mountains at home. Within this context, the World Bank's upward revision of India's growth to 6.6% becomes more than a simple economic forecast. The impressive GDP number remains a mathematical side effect of a nation successfully executing comprehensive statecraft across its defense, its future, and its people simultaneously.